Of course, I didn't like being smeared as some kind of revenge porn peddler or vast right-wing conspiracy, because that's just simply not what happened.
Well, that is the managing editor for Red State. Her name is Jennifer Van Laar, and she is definitely a revenge porn peddler, because Red State is the blog, the conservative blog obviously, that posted nude photos of Representative Katie Hill. She was a freshman Democrat from Santa Clarita, California, and because of Red State's relentless attacks on her and accusations against her, she effectively decided to step down. There was also pressure by Nancy Pelosi to step down because she was considered to be too much of a distraction. And we talked about that earlier this week. Now, let's talk a little bit about Van Laar and who she is and what she represents, because she apparently is a conservative political consultant who has worked with Katie Hill's former opponents. I think that that's pretty relevant information that Red State should have shared with its readers. Now, Van Laar worked for Santa Clarita GOP Assembly seat candidate Suzette Valladares, who announced in the spring that she was challenging Hill's seat in 2020, but dropped out last month to join the local race. On top of that, Van Laar worked for former Representative Steve Knight, the Republican incumbent in California's 25th congressional district, who was unseated by Hill in 2018. Now, in an August 5th email sent by Van Laar and obtained by Mediaite, she referred to herself as campaign manager for Valladares using an official email address for the candidate's campaign. In the email, which was sent to the local podcast show, The Talk of Santa Clarita, Van Laar explicitly told host Stephen Daniels, yes, I'm coming on as her campaign manager. Now, again, Red State released nude photos of Representative Hill, former Representative Hill, since she's stepping down now, but they also put out accusations about her. And who was shopping around to put these accusations out there, to publish these nude photos? Her soon-to-be ex-husband, and she's unfortunately in the middle of a terrible divorce.
Okay, so I don't mind people supporting a certain candidate. I don't have any problem with that. I don't have any problem with a conservative saying, look, I don't like liberals or progressives, and hey, I got some dirt on a progressive and I'm gonna run it. It's a free country. You label who you are and you run the thing, and then buyer beware, they make their judgment calls. And plenty of conservative publications have had real news that they got, plenty of them non-real news. But this is as egregious a conflict of interest as you will ever see.
Absolutely.
So first of all, at a bare minimum, you have to tell the readers, I am literally getting paid by her opponent. Second of all, you're not someone who's generically supporting conservatives. We're supporting the person she was running against. Third of all, you're not just supporting that person, you're a paid staffer of that person.
Yep.
It's one thing for me to say, hey, I like AOC, hey, I support Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren. It's another thing for me to get paid by them, not tell you, and then go and attack their opponents and smear them. This is insane. Look, if any progressive ever did it, they would be persona non grata for the rest of time. No media person would ever take them seriously. They'd never get hired in another political campaign in their whole lives. They'd be banished forever. For the right wing, it's Tuesday. Who cares? Who cares? Hey, nice job. In fact, are you kidding me? You should get a lot more jobs now. Oh, you pretended to be a journalist, and then you took a photo that had nothing to do with the affair, that was just revenge porn, and you published it, and it worked. Oh, are you kidding me? They're gonna double her salary. And I don't just mean as a political operative, I mean the conservative websites and newspapers. They'll be like, oh, you're a fake journalist? Awesome, right?
And look, Van Laar has a history of doing this. We could talk about that in a bit, but I actually do want to talk a little more about the revenge porn aspect of this. Now, why do we say that Katie Hill's ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband was shopping around with these nude photos. Well, there's already evidence that he was going to places like the Talk of Santa Clarita podcast. Per screenshots obtained by Mediaite, Hill's husband sent Facebook direct messages in late September to the local news program saying that he had dirt on Hill, but the podcast actually shot down his pitch, leading Haslip to block the show and hurl a vague threat about exposing the host. Haslip is the soon-to-be ex-husband. I mean, this guy is despicable, and so he finally ends up at Red State, allegedly, and they decide to run these allegations and the pictures. Now, Van Laar talks about the revenge porn in this next clip. Take a look.
She says that you didn't have the right to run these. Do you expect that she'll sue you?
I hope not. We haven't received any kind of indication from attorneys that she would, and I don't have any other comment on that.
So where do these pictures come from, by the way?
I'm not allowed to reveal my sources.
Yeah.
So California just passed a revenge porn law, meaning that there are consequences, or there will be consequences for individuals who post revenge porn. I hope she does get sued, and I hope she pays the consequences for this disgusting action that she participated in.
Look, she's insignificant. Red State should be blown out of the water for running those pictures if it turns out in a court of law that it is revenge porn, okay? But the real thing here is the Daily Mail. So, I mean, Red State's trash on top of trash. Everybody knows that they're hacks. They're not reporting hilarious,
so
right?
So is the Daily Mail, though.
Yeah, no, look, so there's different layers, right? A lot of people in the media take right-wing blogs seriously. Okay, I can't help your insanity. All they ever do is trash on top of trash. They make up stories out of whole cloth nonstop, right? A lot of the different right-wing sites. Daily Mail is taken super seriously. Oh, that is a serious publication in the UK, right? All right, look.
It's literally a tabloid.
Look, Katie, but tabloid's fine. You want to do a tabloid, etc. But you want to do things that violate the law, they should see you in court. And I'm looking forward to your defense. And if I was Katie Hill and they did this to me, they smeared me like this, I would go on a warpath to end all warpaths. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.